We're in a race against biology.
Why is there no urgency?
We're losing that race.
Is it just because people take a longer time dying and they die more horrible deaths?
Diabetes is an epidemic.
It's a huge problem.
1 in 4 have pre-diabetes.
Grim realities are the following. Diabetes is on the rise, type 1 and type 2.
Diabetes is exhausting.
It's such a grind. It's so hard. And you don't want to think about complications, but you know they're out there.
Diabetes is the #1 cause of blindness.
It's the leading cause of kidney disease, the leading cause of limb amputation,
Being extremely thirsty.
the leading cause of heart attacks and strokes.
And this isn't just normal, it's a hot day outside, I'm a little bit thirsty. This is the worst thirst. You're on a desert island for months and then you multiply that by 10.
It doesn't allow anybody to shut down and forget about it. There's no break.
It's a survival issue.
One of my very closest cousins has type 1 diabetes.
This disease never goes away. It's relentless. It's always with you.
And that's really hard.
And all the fear and insulin injections, finger pricks, pills that you have to take.
My grandfather on that same side is my father, and 2 of his brothers all have type 2 diabetes. All of them suffer from some range of complications of type 2 diabetes.
There's a sense of urgency.
And I myself am pre-diabetic. So
We've got to do something.
We don't want people to suffer the way they do.
Michigan and the center that we've now started to build is the culmination of all of those needs.
What we're trying to do is to pull these investigators together from disparate fields.
I've been working for the last 13 years for an initiative like this.
Approximately 350 people across campus working on various aspects.
Not one person is going to have that eureka idea, but it takes 10, 20, 30, 40 people.
From neuroscience, from molecular biology, people with all sorts of techniques.
Computer sciences, biomedical engineering.
Coming together to all have their ideas in very small aspects of the story so we can
get all of these people understanding what everybody else does to work in concert.
That's the beauty of this.
The people here are amazing. If you ask for help, someone will help you.
There are many individuals in the kidney arena that actually work on diabetes that actually now utilize the infrastructure that this provides.
So that one person can actually access all the resources that are going to be available to them.
So diabetes is a multi-system disease.
How do we understand what diabetes does to all of these organs that it attacks?
Brain, gut, pancreas, liver, muscle, adipose tissue, right? It's a symphony that is being orchestrated by the brain. And the disease happens when that symphony is just a little bit off.
That loss of the internal balance in the body then lead to damage to the kidneys and to all of the other blood vessels in the body later on.
So we have to study the interaction among all of those different organ systems. We can't just isolate one.
And that's part of the rationale for the Elizabeth Weiser Caswell Diabetes Institute. You can't just study one part of the problem.
The kidney has 19 different cell types.
There's a lot of interesting topics right now in diabetes.
When you think about kids, you think about growth and you think about puberty. And you think about how you turn a child into an adult. Insulin's a growth factor. If you don't have enough insulin, you don't grow.
One thing that is becoming evident is that beta cells are at the core of all forms of diabetes.
And so one of the things that we want to do is really build a new group of researchers here that are focused on issues around how we make designer insulin-producing beta cells and how we actually get them ready to be used as therapies.
Now, this is the right time and the right place to move the needle in diabetes.
We have made big progress.
An outstanding opportunity to answer questions that could only be dreamed maybe 20 years ago.
There's so much activity going on. It's hard to actually keep track of everything.
These are some of the best scientists in the world. People who have received the Outstanding Scientific Achievement Award from the American Diabetes Association, people who are members of the National Academy of Medicine, people who are members of the National Academies of Science, people who are pushing the very edges, the very cutting edges of research across the board.
Research has never been better than it is currently.
Definitely reason to be excited about diabetes. We've made amazing progress, just in my lifetime, in my professional lifetime. But on the other hand, what everybody really wants is a cure. They want it to go away.
The dream that you're going to be okay, that we've got it. That was the thing I wanted to hear. That's the 5-year-old in me, the 5-year-old who was diagnosed with diabetes. I want to go home and play with my friends and my brother and not be sick. All I ever wanted was someone to come into a room and say, it's over, we've got it. And so I'll never lose that optimism. That's always the thing I want to be able to say to somebody.